Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chicago Bears. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chicago Bears. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. This is McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, look now at our starting defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And down to the 7-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful. And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there. They go play action here on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone. So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. On the ground, McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up. And avoids the turnover. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one. They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz. And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week. He was a manager. He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. It's Kelsey on the ground. The numbers for Travis Kelsey last week. Well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone. I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DJ Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of. Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it,
That should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. And it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. McCaffrey takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this 1st quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start the drive with Martin. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Martin. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Here we go. Waiting. Number 53. Line 53. Watch the run.
On second down, Martin. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
And we expected to have already talked about this unit. We didn't get a chance to hit on them on the opening drive because they scored so quickly. But that's the kind of unit this is. A quick strike offense. I expect to see them taking their shots all game long. And if that's the case, we'll find ways to talk about this group.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Pulled in at the 24. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft. Free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jeffrey Simmons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Dalton. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Dalton. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Wentz. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, a give to Martin. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A give to Martin here out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. These two teams all tied after 1. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 and his... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Now a run with McCaffrey. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Dalton off play action. And his throw here is incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Andy Dalton. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this 1st half. And it's a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And it'll be Dalton again. And able to find Garcon. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. So Dalton now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Waiting. Number 53. Mike 53. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Wentz now on 1st down. That'll be caught by Kupp. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Martin. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Wentz going to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Martin will fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Draw play. This is Martin. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 33. And a 10th carry here for Martin. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Here we go. Waiting. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Barber on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. On 2nd down, Barber. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's got his target. That's more. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They try again with Martin. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To throw is Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Ashawn Robinson there on the stop. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wentz again. They set up the screen to Martin. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Wentz now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Wentz to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll run for it with Martin. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second down and goal. Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Doug Martin, but now it's 3rd and goal. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So we have reached halftime here and a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the 2nd half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
I got you. Watch, twitch. One.
Now it's Martin. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And it's complete to Kelsey. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. Waiting.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They run with Martin. He's been busy tonight. And a solid run down inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Martin. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Number 53.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now a run with Martin. They find some open field here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Carry number 20 here for Martin. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Bryant is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. From the 41, Dalton. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And they've got to figure out how to stop some of the highlights that we're seeing on the screen here.
And what it feels like, he's going to say it doesn't matter what you put out here. I am having a big-time performance. I'm playing at a big-time level. Just keep throwing me the football.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5 up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They run it again with Martin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. On play action, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Here's Brett Kern now, standing just outside his own goal line. "51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Play action here with Dalton.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. 1st down. Here's the run with Martin. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Dalton. He gets this one to Garcon. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Dalton. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Bears on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Now Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. That'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's taken on the 25. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And that will be incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
Well, the mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. They run. Martin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And his throw is incomplete. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 2. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
They run again on 1st down. Martin. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down now, it's Martin. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
They'll run on 1st down. Martin. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Wentz. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sean Robinson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Andy Dalton. And his pass incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. And that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. To return is Taylor. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Working from the gun, Wentz. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. And he slings one that's incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Wentz to throw again. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Again, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done. You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes. If the opening's there, someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3, of course. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Dalton now to pass. And a throw there going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And Dalton to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
On first down, Wentz. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Wentz. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Dalton and the offense now. Down 13-10, a minute 51 on the clock. Their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down.
Let's go, D. Watch tight end, watch tight end.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. It's caught by Garcon. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Dalton wants to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. A gain of 6 there on first. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
We're good.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Here we go.
Big spot, Andy Dalton. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. So now Dalton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Kansas City, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.